So what else have you got to ask us, sweetheart?
Nothing.
Let's talk about this like it's The View on American television.
Yeah, exactly. That was on just before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Bags being Whoopi.
Is Whoopi Goldberg on that show?
She is. She's the one with cred, isn't she?
I don't know. Define cred. We're talking about the movie.
She did that movie, The Color Purple.
She certainly has credibility.
Yeah. I also liked her as Guinan in the Star Trek Next Generation series.
She was alright in that. Sure.
She was a sort of super being.
You know too much about Whoopi Goldberg.
Yep.
He was an avid follower of Whoopi Goldberg's career.
I'm going to squeeze in one more question about you guys. If it kills me, and it might just do that. We were talking about Broken Leg before. The it is the first single, right?
Yeah.
From this record. Then you got songs like Knife Fight or Medication, which
hey, more than anyone else who's ever interviewed us about this.
I actually heard the album.
Yeah, so that is a huge first step.
One person, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
There was no question. I just wanted to prove to you that I knew.
I appreciate that.
But I mean, do you worry that people are going to hear Broken Leg and then get the rest of the album and go, well, this isn't Broken Leg?
I guess they probably would have done that in the first record as well, and
but there's going to be people buying this one who have never heard of you
before.
Well,
we can't really.
We can't help but write pop music that has an eclectic bunch of reference points.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not
we don't go in there and.
That's how you roll.
Yeah, there's not one songwriter in the band that's really dominant, and it's really a collective process, and we're not that. I mean, I've got my friend Alex is in Sparkadia, and they have a sound, a particular thing that they do. The only thing that we have that ties all of the stuff that we do together is probably the sound of the vocal and the fact that it's a lot of keys. We don't really have a guitar player, although there's some guitar on this record. We like a lot of different music, and most of us don't listen to the same music. Yeah. So it's impossible for us to actually write a consistent album in this band. Like if you wanted a bunch of classic 80s hits after hearing Broken Leg,
then buy the Time Life collection of 80s hits.
Or the late 70s ones hosted by Air Supply. If you want like a sort of vaguely punk album with a lot of pop references, then this is probably a good record for you. Yeah. But it's not a...
It's still cohesive, but I think our aim really is to expose a lot of people through the radio songs for them to buy the album and then only end up liking 2 songs.
Yeah, that's exactly what we're looking for, is to really just deflate you with a bunch of album tracks you could not give a fuck about.
Yeah.
But
Bluejuice, disappointing.
Yeah. Bluejuice starts strong always. I just think
quick out of the gates.
Yeah. But really, it's strange. Like we put out Problems, and I felt like that as well. Like I was kind of like, we're giving people these two kind of pop songs, and then the rest of it's just like a trash compactor of noise, or just like pointless break beats or something. But people seem to know those other songs off the record, and I think in some ways that's what appeals to the more alternative audience that might be into the band, is that some of the songs are pretty straight pop and some of them sort of aren't, and by virtue of wanting to do it or not wanting to do it, we'd end up doing that anyway. So it's kind of impossible to. I wish we could write a consistent album in that way, but being in the band, how can I possibly know what it's going to be? We just do it.
I think that in a sneaky way, I like the fact that. Well, what I hope is that it just allows us the fact to kind of write any song and be able to get away with it.
Like Ween or something, we want to kind of be able to just do. When we do pop songs, like, when you hear Gabrielle by Ween or whatever, it sounds exactly like Thin Lizzy, but then the rest of the record might be something completely different. We want to sort of be able to do that, because we don't really, like, maybe in our own time there's a dominant aesthetic in our own songwriting, but in this band it's really just whatever amuses us at that point, and we kind of tried to do it other ways, and it didn't really work. So,
Well, I think I could keep talking to you guys all afternoon, but
that would be
that
would be a shit day.
I could talk to you guys all afternoon, or I could put my balls in a nutcracker. I could just stab my eyeballs. ...
Yeah. Thanks so much for coming in, guys.
Thank you very much for having us.